When I started consulting online, I used Upwork to get some clients. Knowing what I know now, 4.5 years later, would I use it again? Let's dive in. Upwork helped me land some clients, and a few of them I worked with for a long period of time. One or two of them actually turned out into really incredible, long-term, very lucrative engagements with clients that I actually really love. So I've made a good amount of money off of it. The question is, like, would I use it again if I was starting over with consulting or selling services or expertise online? And short answer is, it depends. Like, Upwork has a few advantages. Like, one of the major advantages is there's no other pool of people that are ready to buy than on Upwork, right? Like, you don't have to post content and hope that they raise their hand. You don't have to pay for ads to get in front of them. You don't have to send them cold emails and hope that they respond, right? Like, there they are. They are ready to buy, and they've even said, this is what I want to buy. So you know if it's in your sphere of expertise and whether or not you can help them. So if I were looking for clients right now, right? Like, if I had to drive cash today, you bet. Like, I would use something like Upwork or another platform similar to that where I could get to people that are effectively the closest to the money. And if driving cash is your single most important priority, then you've got to go to somewhere that is close to the money, right? Like, the long-term game isn't something that you can necessarily play. It's kind of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs in the business version, right? Like, cash is right there at the bottom where you've got to do this or else nothing else on that pyramid is going to matter. But if I weren't desperate for clients, then I probably wouldn't. And here's why. You want to own your client acquisition system. You don't want to rent your client acquisition system. Being able to get clients is the single most important part of your business, right? Like, you have to be able to go get new clients. That is oxygen to your business. And without it, you're going to die. You're not going to survive. So I want to own my client acquisition system. When you're using Upwork or relying on Upwork or platforms like Upwork for client acquisition and you don't have any other means to get clients, then you are effectively renting your client acquisition system, which means you are on life support. And if you get shut down at any time, you're screwed. And Upwork is pretty notorious for favoring the person buying services over the person providing services. And Upwork is also notorious for freezing people's accounts, right? Like, there are a lot of terms, a lot of conditions, a lot of rules that it's easy to break. If you share an email too early, or if you send them to a website, or if you show your last name, like, it's easy to accidentally break rules or intentionally break rules. In any case, Upwork freezes your account, you're done. That is your oxygen, that is your survival. And you don't want to rent that. You don't want to rely entirely on a third-party platform to be the only source of getting clients. You want to own that. And the second thing is, when you're selling expertise, you want to sell your expertise and your services at a premium. That's the best way to avoid burning out by providing services, because every new client requires more work. So the more that you can charge for each new client, it means the less work that you have to do. It's the best way to get to high 6, 7 figures, again, without burning out. And Upwork makes that really hard to do, candidly. And for 3 reasons. One, it tends to attract more budget sensitive buyers, right? Like, you might find some companies and some businesses that have good budget that are on there. I've been lucky enough to find a few. And if you get really strategic with how you use it, you can hunt for those whales like in there. They are there, but the overwhelming majority of people that are posting jobs on Upwork are people that are budget sensitive. They're one-person businesses, they're small businesses, or they're international. And it's just a tough space to drive premiums because of the people that are typically posting jobs. The second reason it's difficult to drive premiums from Upwork is that the vast majority of jobs that are posted on Upwork are for fulfillment, not for expertise. And one of the things that I've learned over the years is that you are going to get paid more for your services, even if you're doing fulfillment, if you are also providing expertise along with those services. And the reason is simple. There are way more people that are capable of taking orders and fulfilling whatever it is that a client asks to be done than there are people that are able to tell a client the right work to be done. Okay. So there are way more people capable of fulfilling whatever it is a client is asking for than there are people that can inform and advise and consult the client on the right thing that needs to be done in the first place. So it's simple supply and demand. And then the third reason it's hard to drive premiums on Upwork is they basically strip you of your brand. The stronger that your brand is, the easier it is to drive premiums. When you're on Upwork, they strip you basically of everything on the brand. Anything outside of Upwork, they don't want you to bring into their system. So if you're doing any content marketing and you've established a brand elsewhere else, you're not going to be able to leverage that here. Hell, they don't even let you use your last name or share your email address or share your website. Like, you've got to bring all of that into Upwork. And when you respond to a job and you send somebody a proposal, then what they see on the other side, and I know this because I hire from Upwork, is they see a first name, a picture, a very short intro to your proposal letter, and then a rating of the number of jobs that you've done on Upwork, not elsewhere, of course, and the price, which means it's like commodity shopping. It's like you going to Amazon and scrolling through the feed looking for the best picture, a very, very short description, and the best reviews and the cheapest price. Okay, so it's really easy to get commoditized there. So those are the 3 reasons it's hard to drive a premium, which is one of the reasons I would avoid it if I could. So on Upwork or other platforms like it, you are renting your client acquisition system and you are making it harder on yourself to charge premiums, which is why, generally speaking, I would avoid platforms like that. And I would start building my own client acquisition system and building a brand that allowed me to charge premiums. So what's been your experience with Upwork or other platforms? Has it been positive? Have you been able to drive premiums? Has it worked for you or has it not? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear feedback and some other perspectives. Hope this has been helpful for you. Adios.